Oi, who goes there? We come to settle you, my lord. Well, come on in. You might have noticed that this settler was a little bit nervous upon being asked what he was doing here, and that's because our population count of 95 now has one Werehyena, who is new amongst us, and during the full moon he transforms into this, well, Werehyena, who got loose into the hospital and started massacring my dwarves. To make matters worse, we also had our bloodiest Goblin siege as of yet, with actual teabagging going on my dwarves, and I believe a veteran player probably would have handled this a little bit differently than what happened to me. So our story begins with the murder in our temple of this Werehyena transforming. The dude was praying and he started infecting my other 95 dwarves. So with more dwarves comes more problems. It's hard to keep track of which one of these now are injured, so I have to play detective. One of these ones is hiding something from me, and to be on the safe side, I send in my guards. So my soldiers are in the hospital, ensuring that if anyone turns, he will get a swift axe to the head. And down below in the dungeons, I have now secured that some dwarves will get sent there, who are the most suspicious. They were bitten by the Werehyena, hoping that when they transform, they won't be able to infect others and will be able to kind of contain the situation. Well, all appears to be under control. I go on top of the fort and start preparing some military defenses when I see another dwarf is dead, and I go to the hospital wing. Hell has broken out again. Obviously, there were a few dwarves who missed my detective work, and this one dwarf became a Werehyena, who is now ravaging the rest of the hospital goers, including a duck. So I've locked the doors. Now I'm just letting Mother Nature play its course out in there. Look at them just roaming around, and there's actually a new baby that's been born in there, which is happy days. What a way to come into the world. Only in DwarfFortress will this be the scenario. So, yeah, this dwarf dead. This mother now has a child, and I send in my army to go take care of this third Werehyena. You will know that the doors have been barred, and you will also note now that the dwarf is laying down in bed with the Werehyena there, so there's always something kinky going on in my DwarfFortress forts. But anyway, it appears now that the situation is a little bit more contained, where this one dwarf has, I assume, reverted back to being a normal dwarf. So the Werehyena, this is the hardest part about them, is that they turn back into a dwarf, and now you're just left with, okay, how do I arrest you? How does the justice system fucking work? Still haven't really figured that out, but all I know is I got dead dwarves on my hands. I just revert to the old strategy of locking them up down below, and it appears not to be working because now this caretaker has been found dead, and this is when the Werehyena was in the hallway. So slowly but surely we're losing dwarves. We're losing a lot of our best dwarves here. This Werehyena we are battling, and he's a ferocious one. This one that just transformed. We chase him into this bedroom, and he's just standing on top of this bed. He's pulling an Obi-Wan. He's got the higher ground, and my dwarves are doing their best. They're knocking out all of his teeth, actually, which is a bold strategy, Con. Let's see if this pans out. The dwarves are doing their very best. They're stressed out, and a lot of them are just like forming some kind of Megatron dwarf. Like 5 of them are standing on top of each other, and we finally managed to bring down the potash maker, who became the Werehyena. Finally brought him down, and I'm thinking to myself, look at all the blood. We are so fucked. There has been surely a few of us dwarves who have now been bitten. I just know in my dwarvish heart that things are kind of spiraling out of control. But that's part of being a fort manager, am I right? There's always going to be some bullshit, and I've come to embrace it and accept the fact. So the fort, you know, my dwarves, they're doing the best they can. They're reciting poetry. Clearly the poems are in some way or shape or form about Werehyenas and how the fort has seen much worse times like the Goblin in the past. And then I take a look at the statue and I see that this is an image of a large roach in sandstone by Shy Pooper. And I'm instantly brought to tears. But before I can really grieve, the Goblin siege has arrived. Look at all these. And this is when I start to think, we got this. This is just a normal Goblin siege. We've been through way worse before. We've had an intelligent undead Goblin in the depth of our forts, and we were able to manage that. These ones will surely be a cakewalk, and they come as a direct effect of my dwarves having returned from a raising of their civilization. So they were doing a tit for tat, which I sort of respected, but they were so on the heels of my raiders that they unfortunately couldn't get back to base in time, and my best soldiers were picked off quite easily, I might say, as well. But now our fort being under siege, we prepare to get to our stations. The goblins are charging down the hills. I'm just praying that no WereHyenas break out right now while we're vulnerable and under attack. My dwarves are manning the bolt throwers. Unfortunately, the top layer of my fort, as you'll notice, has no fucking ammo in it, so we have not yet had time to supply those. A newbie mistake by me. I have no idea why my dwarves didn't, even though I told them to. Maybe I fucked something up there. I sent up my dwarves here to get to the top of the wall because apparently these goblins can climb up there, which I thought that they would just go around the front door and try to hammer that door down. Another rookie mistake. There's a child up here who is with her mom. The mom is being a boss and manning the siege weapon. So we're holding off these goblins now with all we've got, literally children up at the front. And there's rapid firing going on. Already a few casualties have been met. The goblins are on the walls, and my soldiers are now up there as well. Luckily, they got there in time. And last time I lost a fort to a siege was because we'd sent out our entire army to raid at the same time that they arrived. I was super pleased that this was not the case this time, but we were able to meet them with most of our best. I say most of our best because, of course, some of them got picked off while they were scurrying back. Those are the siege troll engineers who are approaching. Their archers are back there as well. And at the very end, the goblin battering ram is being brought forth. Love the combat in DwarfFortress. It's really an acquired taste because you have to click on the battle logs and read so much. But I just love watching like the top dwarf on the roof over there fending off two enemies by himself. Here comes the next wave of attack. The baby is still up there, and we have to give that baby a sweet nickname. I love the bolt throwers. We're obviously able now to resupply them because we have so many iron bolts. So we have new ammunition there now, and we're just pummeling into these goblins. They're really taking it to the face, which is fucking awesome. Down below, we have our crossbowmen. We have so many dwarves just ready to go. So I'm feeling so confident, and I think this was one of my chief mistakes of how things went south. Because overconfidence, as we all know, is the detrimise to us all. So as you know where this is going, most of my dwarves would soon be dead. At this point in the battle, look, the goblins are kind of just scurrying around there. So many dead corpses. It's so satisfying just watching them all die one by one. Blood all over the place. But I'm thinking to myself, is this it? Is this all you can conjure, goblin cunts? And so some of my dwarves are actually going out there now, being real ballsy. Those are my best soldiers. They're going out there and just killing these siege engineer trolls. So I say, full attack. Let's get out there, charge them all. They're routing. I'm thinking to myself, yes, they have goblin archers on that hill. You see where this is going? This is a foolish mistake. We decide to charge with all we've got. They're getting out there. They're facing down this troll miner. You ain't gonna be mining in our fort and ruining our beautiful constructions. They literally lodged an iron axe into his belly and he's dead. And look, it looks like they're routing. So we're feeling very good right now. My dwarves are thinking to themselves, let's just have fun with this. And I believe there's a fog of war aspect to DwarfFortress, which me as a noob, I'm not too familiar with yet. Like how many enemies they usually send and how it works with like if they're on top of a hill. But my dwarves, they go out there, and this is when this segment of this goblin army, this core, is flanking us, I realize. So we have to address that threat, and we charge right into them. And my dwarves, for some reason, this is when I get really frustrated with myself as a player of DwarfFortress. For some goddamn reason, all of my dwarves don't even have a main weapon. They're just going out there stupidly with a shield and a fist. Like, who do you guys think you are? Like Captain America? You guys are trying to be something you're not, dwarves. We've told you guys to make axes for a fucking reason. And look at all these goblin archers. Now the advantage is kind of with them. So my dwarves now are charging headfirst into rapid fire. We can't even see them. I see them. My ranks of dwarves, as you can see right there on the right hand side. We've lost so many of our 40 dwarves. We're down to about probably 20 soldiers. And things are not looking good. But I'm still thinking to myself, we've been training for so long. And yes, even though we don't always have a battle axe in our hands, we can still deliver a worthy battle, I'm sure. We can still take them on. So go ahead and charge a battering ram here. And this is when things really take a dip. So you see now we go in piecemeal. This guy, he dies. There's teeth all over the battle map, by the way, I noticed as well. Teeth and blood and vomit. At least there's no urine in this one, like a past battle that I've seen. Dwarves are going in one by one. They have their orders. Updating their equipment as well, but I believe it might be too late right now. So this one goes in piecemeal, and he's also butt naked. Like, what a legend. And he actually brought down one of these goblins. He's just literally having a copper spear and gloves and socks. Like, look at that. It's so epic. Kind of crazy though. So this guy, this dwarf right here, definitely has no relations. He's like the madman. He's seen combat before. He's killed 5 others. He's definitely gonna have to have a nice nickname, like the madman. I really hoped he would survive, but unfortunately his nickname was short-lived. We have so many dead dwarves now at this point. There's blood and vomit skewering this battlefield. We go out there piecemeal now. This is when things have gotten really desperate. Unnecessarily so. I should have just made them all pull back. So that is what I do. I tell them all to get stationed over here. Hang back, regroup. Grab some goddamn weapons, guys, while you're at it. What do my dwarves do? They still charge. So look at this individual soldier right here. He's just doing the best he can, taking on these 3 goblins. So thinking we can't muster forever, guys, and guess what? No one even got the message. let's just get out there, kill these last guys. How hard can it be, right? So he's dead. We're losing dwarves fast. The goblins are just looking around at each other like, damn, this is kind of easy. Maybe we can still take this fort. These guys seem to be kind of weak. Fact of the matter is, they've killed off my very best soldiers. All I have, that last unit right there, the 4th unit, which has about 5 people in it, is only crossbowmen. So this is the point in Dwarf Fortress when maybe you want to fill up those ranks. Ensure that your dwarves are forming the Minutemen, the militia. Assign a leader to this squad. You there, rags to riches. I love having dwarves with nicknames for this reason, because I know exactly, that guy is actually our mayor, and he was a peasant who became a mayor. Why? No idea. I don't even believe he had like a very noteworthy skill set. But he's going to be leading the fray now, the new mayor in town. I'm bolstering all of our forces, making a last stand. I mean, in my mind, it's just 3 goblins to deal with, so by sheer numbers alone, we can take them. We can do this, guys. Bolstering the final battalion now. It's time to get in there. All of you, equip yourselves, please, because I've noticed that there are some dwarves who don't have a main weapon. But this is weird as well, because I've turned off hauling, so my dwarves shouldn't be like going out there to pick up shit, but they're still going in one by one, and I don't understand why. Which makes me feel like the epitome of a noob. We should have just hung back and let them come to us, which is what probably Sun Tzu would have recommended. But here we are now, making sure that our bolt throwers are standing down. The rest of you dwarves, any last one of you, get out there and charge. So here we go, lads. We are now zerging. Even the cat is going out there. You see the cat in the middle of the battlefield. I'm thinking like muster first. My dwarves are picking up equipment. I guess that these guys are the ones who are now assigned to the army, and they're going to the one logical place where they can find arms, which is the battlefield, so I don't really blame them. And here we go. Look at these dwarves just going in there with no weapons. And these are goblins that have killed our very best units. So you can tell where this goes. These goblins are just treating us like the Persians in 300. Just literally making short work out of us until we eventually Zerg swarm this last dude. Or do we? Yes, we do. This guy is like running around, celebrating, feeling the love, the heart emojis. Someone needs to explain the emojis for me at some point. I mean, the hearts are ridiculously fun. Siege is still ongoing, and you'll note that we began the siege with 84 dwarves, and now we're down to fucking 44 dwarves, so... yeah, we lost 40 of our dwarves. But now, I'm thinking to myself, we've done it, guys. Just take care of this last goblin, and it's all good, right? Right? Surely he's not like a PvPer in World of Warcraft who likes to teabag his victims after someone has attempted to kill him. Surely that won't happen now. He's just scurrying around there. It's actually a she. And look, here we go. One contestant killed this goblin, but this dude does not have a fucking iron battle axe. Even though, as you can tell right there, I've commanded my dwarves to make them. The shield gets knocked out, and this dwarf gets made short work of, which is very sad. And then here comes the second dwarf. Same exact situation. Did not have a goddamn axe, and then gets teabagged. Look at that. Like, that's organic gameplay right there. Organic Dwarf Fortress. Teabagging. And then here comes another victim. Also dead. Also gets teabagged. Insta teabag. God, like, this goblin right here, it's probably like a cousin to that one intelligent undead goblin who massacred my entire fort with a glove. They just have something in common here. I'm starting to see a trend. Now we're taking them on 2 at the same time, and it appears that we did it.
But yeah, guys, I mean, we lost unnecessarily there. We went from 44 dwarves down to 37. And in the hands of a veteran, the siege would have for sure panned out differently. This guy becomes the Goblin Killer, of course. Need to nickname him. But yeah, I feel like there's so many learning lessons to be made here. Number one, have backup squads. There's no fault with having like 8 military squads basically decked out. I only have like 4. And look, now we have this goddamn Werehyena down in the like, we didn't have enough issues. Our recovering soldiers are dealing with this goddamn Werehyena as I'm trying to like learn and reflect. The remaining dwarves are getting butchered. This is just DwarfFortress for you. I mean, this is why we love this game, right? The unexpected will always happen. And when you've dealt with one challenge, you believe you've solved it, a new challenge will come. And then the old problem that you had will resurface as like a thorn in your side. These goddamn WereHyenas, I swear to God. Learning lessons have been made. One of them, like I said, bolster my squads going forward. The second one is let the goblins come to your bolt throwers. No more going out there and feeling overconfident, like just charge the last guys. That's in the past now. DwarfFortress, we were all noobs at one point, and I will one day become the wiki himself, like Neo who can see the Matrix. But that day is not today. And I'm honestly afraid that if I get to that point, if I have the privilege, then I'm gonna think back to these days like I missed them. You know, it's like reading a book for the first time. It's like that magic of the discovery, which makes me so addicted to DwarfFortress. So this is a love letter from a noob to this game. The fort seems to have survived. Let's see what the next chapter has to offer. To be continued.